Hey boot campers, it's Jenny here. Since our module 8 finished, it's been so crazy, and so this has been like pretty much the only opportunity that I've had, and I really want to get it done tonight before the weekend. So it was my goal to have my testimony posted. So here it is. So it's a bunch of mumble, but that's okay, right? So module 1, my takeaway from module 1 was the letter to our younger selves. It really showed me that I have to work a lot on my heart, that I am worth pursuing. I'm worth pursuing, and that I'm beautifully, wonderfully made. And even though I've gone through a lot of stuff in my life, it's okay. I'm made to be an overcomer. I am an overcomer, and that was cool to describe myself also in 1 year. To describe myself in 1 year, I put so many positive affirmations down of who I'm going to be, and I'm excited. And looking through the notes, I was just like, wow, yeah, that is going to be who I am in 1 year. And this is the attitude that I want to have even better in 1 year. So, yeah, it was cool. And it was really cool to see my writing of how I actually look at myself. So there was like such a difference of like kind of a gloomy, like negative little self-talk there. And then poof, like, no, you are a warrior and you're going to be this. And it just made me super excited. And I'm not just surviving today. I'm not just surviving any day. I don't have to make my day be just a day, and neither do you. So I was just like, wow, some days my work days are so mundane, and I feel like we're all just surviving and we're trying to get through till 4:30, and I need to ask God and allow God into my work day to see how my days can change. And yeah, and that's only module 1. So moving on, module 2, if I were already blank, how would I act? I'm not married, I don't have kids, but then I'm thinking, Jenny, like, if I were already engaged or if I were already married, how would I act? How would I be as a wife? And yeah, that just opens my eyes a lot, and just saying like, okay, well, you're gonna act awesome, so be awesome. So that was cool. Jesus first, others, yourself, the JOY acronym. I love that. I heard that actually during the 4 weeks that we did this, and it was at church, and it was so good. I was just like, confirmation, I'm definitely supposed to be doing mom boot camp. So really cool. Attitude checks, body focus language, setting our alarms. Guys, like, that was huge for me too, and I still do it. I'm still doing it at work, and every time my alarm goes off, I'm probably annoying my coworker, but it's so good for me. It's so good to have that mental check of like, how am I doing? Am I being thankful? Am I being grateful? What's my focusing on? Is my language the belt of truth? Is it the breastplate of righteousness? Like, am I looking at verses of stuff that's loving and feeding myself good things instead of concentrating on what I don't have? So also really good. The module 3, the vision board. You know what? I do a lot of vision boards with Beachbody because I'm a Beachbody coach, and I've had a lot of transformation with my weight loss too, and that's another story. But vision boards to me are a lot of work. You have to go to the store and like, print out pics, pick your pics, and then post them. And then sometimes I'm like, that vision board is just sitting there, and it's pretty much just based on health and fitness. But the 7 areas were so good. Making the faith seed envelopes, I loved doing that. I am such a creative nut. Like, I love Pinteresting. I love making things for people. Yeah, it was really good. The vision board is awesome. I've been telling lots of people about it. It's an essential area, and I'm really stoked about this vision board. Experiencing the vision, I'm still working on, but I am positive about it too. I think when I have my quiet time with God is when I'll truly experience more of these visions that God is putting in me, and that just made me think, okay, Jenny, get busy with these alone times with God. They're really important. Module 4 was give up the hammer and how it's going to happen. Oh my goodness, girls, like I am always trying to be like, well, if I'm not married yet, how is it going to happen? If I'm not, I'm engaged yet, how is it going to happen? What if we don't own a house? How is it going to happen? What if I can't afford a wedding dress or a wedding? Is it going to happen? I love how it's like, give up the hammer. And I remember in module 1, how Hannah was like, had this massive hammer and she was just like, put the hammer down. I just love that. And I still remember this massive hammer in my head when I think of put the hammer down and how it's going to happen. So Hannah, thank you so much for, that. It was pretty cool. Module 5 was affirmations. I'm still working on the affirmation, like putting a verse with my affirmations to make them proclamations, but they're going to come along. And I was just rereading my notes tonight of setting a time to say them regularly. And as I was reading the notes, it says that Jesus' yoke is easy and his burden is light. Guys, that's how we should be living our life. That's how I should be living my life, because I've had a lot of hard things happen in the past week and a half or so. And man, I know when I'm carrying a human strength, my own strength. And just by reading that, it was just like, yes, his burden is light and his yoke is easy. So how important it is to be in the presence of Jesus and to rely on him. And instantly I just felt like the weight was coming off my shoulders, and that's truth right there. So really cool. So affirmations will come, set a time for them regularly. That's going to happen. Module 6 is time ninja skills. Those are really cool. Every time ninja skill was really awesome. That's going to come too with affirmations. And the AM PM routine. I have wanted to do an AM PM routine for so long. And I think going back to what I just said about like relying on our own strength, the AM PM routine is definitely going to have to be on Jesus, because I love sleeping in the morning. I love savoring my sleep before I go to work. So I have been doing like a few routines, but I haven't added on all my AM routines, and that's going to come. But I'm just super excited that I actually have this written down. And yeah, like I say to my boyfriend, I always say like, yeah, I did this AM and PM routine. And he's like, oh yeah, that's awesome. Good. And you can just tell like a lot of people don't live like that. I know a lot of people, like especially my coworkers and like some of my closest friends even, I know that they're not disciplined enough to do an AM PM routine. And I look like a joker when I say that, but I know that it's good. I know God calls us to be disciplined, so I have to remember that. And it's going to come. It's going to come with practice. So number 8, manifestation, new relationships, and speak life into yourself. I totally am down with podcasts. I love podcasts. I love Stephen Furtick from Elevation. I love just podcasts of, Hannah. I'm getting into Hannah. You are so awesome. Like, I'm excited to join MMU just for your podcast, because I'm a podcast addict. Like Beachbody stuff. I constantly listen to just the different coaches out there that are doing things differently than me. I love to worship, so singing is putting like good words into my brain, good tunes, and you can also pray for me, guys. This Tuesday I have a worship audition with my church, and my church is awesome. It's a new church, and I'm really excited, so I would appreciate prayers for Tuesday, May the 8th at 7:30. Just pray at 7:30. I think it's from 7 to 7:30, but I'm not sure. But it said 7:30. So if you could just pray for that around that time frame, that'd be awesome. So that's it for me. I think the biggest transformation, above all, like I went through all the modules, but above all, I am just amazed at how I can recognize the old Jenny and the new Jenny. The new Jenny that's coming, that's rising up, that is stepping up, like just, rising up. I'm just amazed at how quickly I can catch what old Jenny would do and replace it with a new Jenny thing. And I tell my friend Rita all this, Rita Martins, hi, Rita Martins, you're my mentor. Every time I say like, okay, that's what old Jenny would do, she's like, yeah, well, this is new Jenny. And it's like, yeah, it is new Jenny. And it's exciting. And I'm just so glad that I can notice that now. I noticed such a shift in my relationship. So during these 4 weeks, I was on a break with my boyfriend, and now we're still dating, and he pursued me, he initiated, and that's exactly what I want. Like, I've just been really praying to God of just how he sees me, and since I've been doing that, it's been so good. I'm not the control and the manipulation. Like, every time I have a thought of what I used to do, like I said, I instantly check myself and I rely on Jesus and say, like, please God, you take care of this. Like, he doesn't have to do this. You have to just, like, you have to have your hand in this relationship. So I'm a work in progress. But anyway, for people who wanted to know, I'm still dating Damon, and things are really good. He took me on 3 dates, I think, since I saw him, like, in a week. So that's pretty cool. You can still pray for us. And yeah, I think too, like, I know we talk about the enemy, and I know we speak about Satan and stuff. And yeah, I've definitely had things shaking. My best friend's dad went into the hospital, like, during, like, the end of 3rd week. So I really kind of just had to have, like no time for modules. So I had, like, her sleep over. I had to prepare food. I had to just love on her. I took some time off work to be at the hospital. Like, it was just like, what is going on? Like, peace disruption right there. But I chose to be positive. I chose to speak life into my friend. I chose to just turn those negatives that, like, so many people say around. And you know what? Her dad is thriving right now. Her dad is now going to be out of ICU, and he has been in there for a week. He was intubated. He's now extubated. He's sitting up. He's chewing on ice chips when he wasn't taking anything. We are praying for full healing for his kidneys. And, you know, her attitude has really just changed too. There was some times when I had to be like, no, like, think this hasn't happened yet, so don't think this way. And yeah, I know she was just, like, ready to, like, probably, like, throttle me, but I just refused to go down to her level. I wanted to just stay where I was, and it was in the place of, like, I believe in God's promises. So yeah, and my workplace has been tough. Like, just I work with a really negative person, and today I just said, like, you know what, we're going to focus on the positives from now on. Like, so tomorrow we're not going to complain about what's happening here, and it's just going to be, you know, like, and that was tough for me to stand up and be like, Elaine, be quiet. But sometimes we have to do that sometimes. And I think William was posting about that the other day, about how he can stand up to a coworker that really wasn't giving him much sunshine. It's the same thing. Like, we are in control of what we think. We are in control of what we say. We can contribute to that conversation, or we can just be like, no, no, like, no, in a loving way. Sorry, like, let's talk about something else other than work. Let's talk about, like, how are you? What are you interested in? Like, do you do this with your family? Do you not do this with your family? Like, what do you like to do for fun? And what are you doing tonight? Like, I think that those questions are important to ask when we're, like, when we're focused on, I guess, like, the thick of where we're at. So, anyways, I think I'm done, but thanks so much for being in this boot camp with me, ladies. Thank you so much for praying for me. Thank you for encouraging me. You guys are awesome, and I really hope that this video works. So have a great evening. I'm so glad I posted. Like, I love Hannah. I love this MMU thing, and I'm going to stick with it. And I really hope that we become closer friends, guys, and have a super rest of your week and weekend. Bye.